Dick Rickles here.
Are swords cool? Yes. Are people who own swords cool? No.
What a champ, though. It's a bridge.
It's a half-built
It's a dock,
bridge.
actually.
The 1940s in Nazi Germany.
Oh my god. Title again. Florida court rules 16-year-old not mature enough to get an abortion. The court did not seem to recognize that it's also going to require plenty of maturity for a parentless teen pursuing a GED to give birth and raise a child. That's a lot to take in. A Florida appellate court ruled on Monday that a 16-year-old girl had not established clear and convincing evidence that she was mature enough to decide if she wanted an abortion. Instead, the state will force her to have a child at 16. All right. The teen, who is almost 17 years old and parentless, lives with a relative but has an appointed guardian, according to the appeal decision. She had previously gone to court to seek an exemption from a law that would require consent from a parent or guardian to obtain the procedure, which was not granted. The team informed the court that while her guardian was fine with her obtaining the procedure, they had never provided the required waiver. Yes, this is the article. This is the article that you sent me. Hang on a second. I'm going to do something real quick. Brief shout out. Okay. Yep. There we go. We'll shout out to the wife. Boom. That there's Denki Nasu's YouTube or Twitch channel. Woo! Hello. Wow. There's a lot of people in here that I know personally. So yeah. Welcome, everyone. It's super exciting to have you all here, especially the group that's here. Pleading her case, the teen argued to the court that she was not ready to become a parent. According to the court documents, she was pursuing her GED with involvement in a program designed to assist young women who have experienced trauma in their lives, and that the father of the fetus is unable to assist her. In the original trial, the judge found that the girl showed at times that she is stable and mature enough to make this decision, and acknowledges she is not ready for the emotional, physical, or financial responsibility of raising a child, and that her concerns about raising a child are valid. The judge still chose to reject the petition. So, hi, Tori. So, I say hello too. But, so even after acknowledging that like there were times during the trial that she was showing signs that she wasn't ready, that they still denied it. That's so, you see that a lot though, where you're like, where there's court cases. What? What do you mean met? What? We met our goal? What? We're 50 followers? Yeah! 50 followers! We did it, you guys! Who's 50? You're 50. Dude. Duran, you're number 50. You're my 50th subscriber. That was you! That was you! That's incredible. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody so much. I know that I've kind of fallen off of Twitch a little bit, so like certain things like average number of viewers, runtime and stuff like that, it was all like, it's all kind of wavered a little bit, but 50 followers is what we needed to begin with to get partner or affiliate. So just thank you guys so much. Thank you. Pop, what are you noping about? Yeah, 50 followers. Boom. That was a goal we had for so long. I'm so glad that it was able to, that you were the one to push it over the edge. I'm so happy about that. All right, here we go. The judge still chose to reject the petition, saying that the court found the minor may be able at a later date to adequately articulate her request. So, like, I thought I was number 50. No, were you? No. You were number 49. You were number 49, Pop. It was so close. I'm always the one to push it over the edge. Yep. I'll say I can agree with that one. So this is saying here that this request is being pushed back. So is like the idea just to make it so that eventually she can't, like, that it's past DeSantis's like his abortion cutoff, because I know that his was like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that, which is just ludicrous because you don't even know, like you're not even sure that you're late at 6 weeks, really. Like, you can be 2 weeks late and not be pregnant. 49, my age. What a coincidence. Yes, exactly. The appellate court ruled on Monday that the girl had not sufficiently proven that she was mature enough to obtain an abortion and upheld the requirement of approval from a guardian to obtain the abortion. The decision means that if the teen is unable to secure the waiver, she will most likely become a parent, a task the court does not seem to recognize as requiring an immense amount of maturity. Yeah. You don't need to be mature to have kids. Who said that? No one, ever. I've always been a pretty firm believer in that, like, there should be license tests for parenthood. Like, if you're thinking about it, you should have to go to a place and be like, hey, so I'm trying to get my parent license. And you have to do the same things with like as a driving test. So we get like a random kindergartner that you have to like chase around and be like, look, come on. If you can't keep up with it, we can't give you the license. Like, Florida is among the 6 states that require healthcare providers to notify and seek consent from parents or legal guardians if a minor attempts to obtain abortion services. Advocates for reproductive autonomy argue that these sort of laws can endanger the health and well-being of teens and young people seeking abortions. I can agree with that for the sole purpose of, or for the sole reasoning of, if they don't agree with the procedure, even though it could be something that could potentially put them in danger, then the parents they're not going to just eschew their own beliefs and be like, oh, yeah, no, totally. Like, we don't believe in it, but you do, so go for it. It's like, no, that's not how that works. That's not how that works in the slightest. Like, the whole reason that they want healthcare providers to notify and seek consent from parents is so that they can stop, so the parents can stop it. Like, that's why. It's not for any sort of like, oh, we just want to make sure that you know what's going on with your child's health. It's like, if that was the reasoning behind it, if that was like the motivation behind it, I would kind of understand it. But the whole reason behind reaching out to the parents when it comes to like the rights of minors and things like that is typically because they're banking on the parents stopping it for them, and that it doesn't have to become like a legal issue on their part. It's like, nah, like the school, like the don't say gay thing. You know what I mean? Like, that bill, like the whole thing like behind that bill is just to keep people, like, just to corner people of the LGBT community into this area where they can go, look, it's not up to the teachers, it's up to the parents. And knowing full well the parents are never going to touch that subject. Like, I mean, I don't know. It just seems sort of irresponsible that we don't, like, give young people in some way their own bodily autonomy. Like, we can't go, like, hey, this might be too personal. Or, like, if the parents are going to mess this whole procedure up, it's like, maybe it's better that we don't tell them. But I also understand parents' concerns with wanting to know what their kids are up to, but it's more, to me, it's more important that the children are looked after than dealt with. You know, like there's a certain amount of rights that teenagers are like, I'm forgetting the word, that are kind of like entitled to, you know what I mean? But yeah. Advocates for reproductive autonomy argue that these sort of laws can endanger the health and well-being of teens and young people seeking abortions. According to the American Civil Liberties Union, just say ACLU, we all know what you mean. 61% of young women discussed the decision to have an abortion with at least one of their parents. Those who do not consult parents do so in order to protect themselves from things like expulsion from their home, emotional or physical abuse, or are already experiencing volatility in their home and family life. Yeah. If your kid, if you have a child and they want an abortion and you have fostered a good environment for them, they're going to tell you. Like, they're going to bring those things up to you. And like, just ripping that privacy away from kids, it's just a thing that makes them feel like property. You know what I mean? And I know that there's still this huge feeling, like there's this huge opinion in the zeitgeist that's like, oh, well, you know, you made them. They're not adults yet. They are your property. It's like, that's so messed up to think that, like, just that short-sightedly about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that these lawmakers don't understand the repercussions of informing parents of decisions that their children are making that they might not necessarily agree with. You know? Like, think about it like this. What if a kid needed antipsychotics? And the parents were like, yeah, right, it's Bunny! Yeah, Bunny's on the screen now. It's not just some random galaxy. Like, imagine if a kid went to a doctor and they were like, listen, I have constant feelings of wanting to harm myself and even others, and it's just too much in my head, and I need antipsychotics. Imagine if that kid was in a home that was nurturing, then they would have already told, their parents would be there at the doctors with them. You know? Like, but the fact that can't stay long behind. Hi, Mare. Love you. Hi. I'm glad to see you could stay at all for even a moment. It's always good to see you. Don't forget to share the stream before you do go, if you wouldn't mind. And oh, check it out. We hit 50 followers. I'm glad I get to share that with you. We hit 50 followers. But if those kids were in a nurturing environment, those parents would be in the doctor's office with them. Okay? If you have to inform the parents, it means the parents have not done a good job making it so that their kids can come to them with problems, you know? It's, yeah. That's kind of the example that I think of, is like, well, what if a kid needs medication and the parents are against that medication, you know? And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I mean, that happens all the time. Like, there were these people that they basically deprived their child of different medication and like proper food, like proper nourishment, because they believed that, like, whatever. I don't even remember if they were like specifically like God, or if they said like the Holy Ghost or whatever, like would basically just take care of their child sight unseen. And it's like, what do you like? But that's what I'm saying. Like, in matters of medicine, you can't leave it up to Joe Schmo to make the right decision. Denki sent me that article and was very adamant that I share it with everybody. And now that I've talked about it, like, I'm definitely glad that I did. It feels like something that should definitely be talked about.